Hi, my name is Amanda Zanette. I'm an elementary teacher, and I'm here to talk to you about a book that I wrote called The City Game. So to begin off with, I would like to talk to you first about the history behind the book and the idea of the game. Growing up, when I was a teenager, I worked as a manager at McDonald's. And when I was working there, I noticed that a lot of the crew, when they would get their paycheck, they didn't look over their hours to make sure they had been paid correctly. For myself, unfortunately, because everyone's learning, including those who were doing payroll, I missed a lot of hours every paycheck. And when crew started realizing how many hours they're missing, that was something they started getting used to doing, checking their paychecks. Then I had crew coming up to me asking me, like, how do you save? Like, every time I get my paycheck, I just want to go to the mall and spend it. Some were saving for a mortgage, some were saving for a car, some, of course, for school. So we'd sit down and we'd go over plans, and I found that I really enjoyed that. So going into teaching, when I first started, I went into teaching summer school right away. And when I was teaching summer school, I got to teach math. When I was teaching math, I didn't want to just teach the curriculum. I wanted to make it more engaging and make it something they could connect back to the real world. So what I did is I gave the students each their own bank book, and then we came up with a list of ways that they could gain money and ways that they may lose money. So for example, maybe not completing a math assignment. At the end of the summer school session, what we did is we graphed out all their final money amounts. And then I had purchased a bunch of dollar store items, put them all on a table, and the person with the highest amount got to go and choose an item. So this is something the kids loved, they were very engaged, and the parents really liked as well. So going into teaching my first full year in a classroom, I decided, how can I incorporate that within an entire school year? I shared this idea with my school associate, who happened to be in the same school at that time. And during the summer, she had actually been leaving Arizona and her flight was delayed back home. So she decided to pick up a book. This book I have here actually. So this book is titled There Are No Shortcuts, and it's written by Rafe Esquith. In this book, she had learned of this economy system that he ran in California. And basically, students in his classroom were hired for different jobs. They could rent out their desk, and they had class meetings. We loved the idea of this, and we thought, well, I think we can incorporate bank books into this. With the book, though, there was no plan on how do you create that within your classroom. So this school associate is Sue Hara. Sue Hara and I sat down and we came up with a plan, which is called the City Game. So we both went into our classrooms and we incorporated it into our classrooms. Right away, we were teaching it differently based on the needs of our classroom. And from that point on, each year that I would teach the game, I would ask my students for feedback. So where the game is today has been built upon, obviously, a lot of collaboration, but a lot of feedback from students who were playing the game. While playing the City Game at my classroom, I would often have parents coming up asking, what is this game? Where can we buy the book? I know another teacher who would love to play this game. I said, well, it's just something that I've been working on. And so it gave me the idea to write a book. Within the third year teaching, I went into my master's. My master's prof, she came into my classroom and she wanted to observe, why does the game work the way it does? And what she realized is, she said, it's the way you communicate with the kids. And that was something, when I was analyzing my data through all the notes I'd taken, that was a key learning or big idea that came out of it, is the communication. Talking with the students, giving them a voice, asking them the whys and asking what their needs were. So that inspired me to then write the book. The reason the book is purple is because the year I went on mat leave with my son, I was able to take some time to write. And he was born in February, so his birthstone is amethyst, and that's why the book is purple. You will notice we've got some purple lighting behind here too, because I do like to include purple within the City Game.